generations. And now, the power of two restores the one.
We got a bidet! Hey everybody, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I am doing something new for the channel this year for MLB the Show 24. Our first month technically has passed with the game. We went through the middle of March to the end of March. And as an end of the month wrap up, I wanted to share with all of you some of my favorite cards during that time period. So let's just kick it right off. I think I have 5 or 6 of these cards that I want to talk about. Let's see, I got 6 of them. So, let's see, the first one, let's talk about my surprise card that I actually really liked a lot with the first month of March, and that is Tamar Johnson. So, this is one of the spring breakout cards. Uh, I It was shocking to me just how well the card worked for me. I don't really use a lot of cards that are like the like prospect cards, or in this case, you know, the spring breakout series. I didn't really see myself using these cards very much just because I'm not a huge fan. I want to use the ones that are in Major League Baseball. And this one was a surprise card to me because I couldn't take him out of my lineup. For one, I love the batting stance. It's really cool. And I mean, the power numbers aren't insane by any means. We've got an 87 against the righties and a 72 against the lefties. But when I was using him, he hit really, really well. And so Tamar Johnson is definitely my surprise card that I really, really liked playing. And he's still in my lineup today. So, yeah, my first one is Tamar Johnson. The second card I'll talk about is one of my favorite closers, one of my favorite people to go to in the bullpen, and that is Emmanuel Clase here. This is the card I believe that you can get when you are doing the Team Affinity stuff, and it's the All-Star Series of his card. He's got the cutter, slider, and four-seam fastball. I will say the cutter slider combination is my absolute favorite to take care of people, especially like if they're expecting a fastball count and you throw that slider down. It's pretty irresistible based on the velocity that the four-seamer is. So that four-seamer is at a 99 here. It tops out. And so, you know, when people are expecting that fastball and the slider just dips away, it can be a huge advantage, especially with the cutter combination. Again, the cutter kind of looks like a fast. It's more looking like a fastball than the slider does because of the velocity, but it still has that braking action. So Clase is definitely one of my favorites. I'm also a very quick pitcher in MLB The Show. I'm always thinking ahead of what's the next pitch, and his motion is very fast. So I feel like there's an easy way for me to overpower the batter sometimes with him too. Always having to think very, very fast. All right, my third one that I wanted to talk about is actually the first diamond that I ever picked, and that is Andrew Miller. This is the Hyper Series card that we got to choose from as part of the deluxe edition, I believe. I don't think it was a pre-order bonus. I think it was a deluxe edition thing, and I haven't regretted it one bit. I think it'd be cool to try some of the other Hyper Series cards, but if I'm in a pinch between Clase that I just showed and Andrew Miller, those are kind of my go-to guys for the closing situation or setup if, you know, one fits better first and then the other one second. So what I like about him, the slider is sweeping. I mean, looks like a fastball and dips away right away. The fastball, it's not overpowering by any means, but it's a solid pitch. and the sinker is very effective too. So Andrew Miller, the Hyper Series version, is one of my very favorites in the bullpen. Andrew Miller is the lefty that I like to go with, and then Clase is the righty. Okay, so the starting pitcher. So we looked at a second baseman that I really liked, two relievers. Now let's look at a starting pitcher. And this one was a little surprising to me too. Like not just Tamar Johnson was surprising, but so was this one, Jack Flaherty. So a new Tiger, new Detroit Tigers player. So when I saw, that he was going to have a pretty good card, but again, he's on the Cardinals team. That's okay. But he had a pretty good card in his team affinity set. I thought, hey, maybe I'll go for that one first so I can build my Tigers team with these better diamonds. And it was a very big surprise that this is actually a card that I use a lot now, even in online matches. I think I looked at my player stats, and he was the one that I've used the most as far as the most innings out of any starting pitcher. And so between him and one other one that I'm going to be showing here in a minute. So his four-seam fastball, it's it's a mid, it's not overpowering, but it is a good solid fastball. The pitch that I like the most from him is that knuckle curve, that nice slow 78 mile an hour um, knuckle curveball is sometimes very, very hard for people either to lay off of or they think it's gonna dip below out of the strike zone and it dips right in at the bottom there. So um, Jack Flaherty, definitely one of my favorites to start off the season. He's gonna be in my pitching rotation for the rest of season one as long as there's no crazy diamonds that will remove him. But definitely looking forward to using him more, both online and offline. So the other starting pitcher that I was talking about that I've been using a lot is Zach Greinke. So growing up as a Tigers fan, Zach Greinke was one that I was always worried about when they played because I knew that he was a very good pitcher. Um, I'm fan enough to admit that he's a good player. Even though he's a rival team, and his four-seam fastball, slider, sinker, curveball, circle change combination is really really nice. His curveball is a nice one to throw in there to see if people will chase. The slider is a nice one to dip in there when the fastball is expected. The circle change isn't too bad either, and same thing with the sinker. I do like that the sinker is a 93 mile an hour sinker here because it's very similar to the four-seam fastball. So what I like to do is, when it looks like it's going to be an elevated fastball and you throw the sinker in there up top of the zone and it dips right back down into the strike zone, it freezes people. So I absolutely love using that pitching combination with Zach Greinke. And then my last one that I want to talk about is Gary Sanchez. So this is another one that was kind of surprising to me that I really gravitated to. Seeing that the card for the Tigers team affinity was Pudge Rodriguez, I was like, there we are, that's my catcher. But from what I grew to realize as I was trying to get the team affinity stuff for the American League East, is that Gary Sanchez is actually a very, very good card. Um, these aren't all my stats, of course. This is kind of early on that I've been using him, but I've been using him online and offline. And since these stats, he's actually hit quite a few home runs. He gets on base a lot. He's slow, but he is a very, very solid catcher to start the season. So this 89 diamond of Gary Sanchez, I recommend to put in your lineup. But there are some other, good catchers as well. But this is the one that has stuck out to me. So those are my 6 players that I really, really liked using so far in the month of March. I will try to make another one of these videos by around the end of April, talking about the cards that release in April that I really liked. Hopefully we do get a nice chunk of cards that are worth getting. I know there's that little controversy that's going on right now with the packs. If you don't know what that is, check out my video. I've already covered it yesterday, so go ahead and check that out. But if you enjoyed this type of video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Again, I'm trying to do this somewhere around the end of the month. So this one was for March. There'll be one for April, looking to do one for May, so on and so forth, of my favorite cards of the month. Drop us a like if you liked the video, and drop us a comment letting us know what your favorite cards were from the month of March. Maybe there's a hidden gem that I just haven't used enough yet, and you know that they are secretly awesome. So let me know in the comments. And then, as always, everybody, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.